Hello, this is Rory Hoskins. I'm proud to have served as mayor in the village of Forest Park for the last 4 years. I'm going to talk to you briefly about what I consider to be some of the wins that the village has experienced during my first term as mayor. In May of 2019, the village was awarded a grant of $750,000 to demolish 4 buildings that were hazardous and dilapidated that surrounded the Altenheim Senior Living Facility. This was a grant from the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. It was an economic development grant intended to spur job creation. It was not a parks grant. It was not a grant for open space. The grant was conditioned upon Forest Park undertaking some type of transit-oriented development. Next, I want to talk about COVID. None of the village officials who are serving now anticipated that the COVID-19 pandemic would overlay our service. That said, we got through COVID together, and Forest Park is in a position to thrive. In March of 2020, when state health authorities shut down non-essential businesses, the Village of Forest Park worked very closely with the Chamber of Commerce to communicate our expectations to business owners and to the public generally. By April of 2020, we had purchased large quantities of masks and infrared thermometers and other items to keep our employees safe. In May of 2020, during turbulent times, Forest Park was not looted. By 2021, when vaccines were readily available, we worked with our state, county, and federal partners and set up a mass vaccination clinic right here in Forest Park at the old hobo site on Roosevelt Road in the Forest Park Mall. Anyone in Forest Park who wanted a vaccine was easily able to get a vaccine. COVID also taught us the importance of enhancing public safety. During that period, we set up a system of surveillance cameras throughout the village. We now have cameras along Roosevelt Road, Harlem, Des Plaines, and Madison. These cameras are interoperable with state police as well as neighboring law enforcement agencies. In October of this year, the village adopted the principle of pay equity. Prior to October, all of the women department heads serving in Forest Park, regardless of their experience or expertise, were limited to 5-figure salaries. Now, as a result of council action taken under this administration, women make salaries that are on par with their male counterparts. In terms of economic development, Forest Park is knocking it out of the park. We have lots of new great restaurants on Madison Street and other businesses, and new restaurants along Harlem Avenue. Recently, Hawk Auto came to the village and indicated that they wanted to purchase the old Gleason Dodge car dealership site at the corner of Roosevelt and Des Plaines. This dealership had been vacant for over 2 decades. Hawk Auto is poised to spend about $8 million to build a state-of-the-art dealership that will market exclusively Jeep brand electric vehicles. They promise that it's going to be a real improvement to the corner and a very attractive dealership. Also along Roosevelt Road, we're working with the owners of the old hobo site, formerly the Mass Vaccination Center, to turn this into an indoor sports complex. It could hold a hockey rink or other amusements. So we have lots of ideas and programs to improve Forest Park. We've also brought other grants home. We have $2.25 million in state and federal grants, $725,000 through the bipartisan infrastructure law, and an additional $1.5 million in state capital grants. Also, we received grants to install EV charging stations in Forest Park. So see, these are some of the wins from my first term. In my second term, I intend to address pensions. Our police and fire pensions are underfunded. I want to work with the next council to make sure that any new revenues from electric vehicle sales, the potential sale of Altenheim land, or any cannabis-related revenue, I want to make sure that the bulk of those revenues go towards paying police and fire pensions. Forest Park also has the opportunity to join the enterprise zone. An enterprise zone is a geographic district that is built in tax incentives and regulatory exemptions. The intent is to spur private development. If Forest Park joins the enterprise zone, all the developments that I've mentioned, Hawk Auto, Hobo, a cannabis dispensary, the Altenheim, all of these developments will be more affordable, and less costly, and Forest Park will be more competitive, period. I also want to continue to work with the Forest Park Chamber to attract businesses that contribute to the walkability of our community, including a comedy club on Madison Street. And finally, Forest Park is going to continue our work with C4, the Cross Community Climate Collaborative, to find sustainable solutions and adopt green practices. It's been my pleasure to serve as your mayor. I hope you'll give me another 4 terms, another 4 years. Thank you.